Welcome to your weekly program, BelAhdan, a show with an accent for those without one. Twin City is full of culture, venues, and stories. And last night, a friend of mine asked me if we could go to a theater here to see a local production. And, it was fine, and I like to support the independent local artists. So we went to Minnesota Jewish Theater Company. They have a play that supposedly will be talking about, stories about Jewish families. And we went there, small theater in Highland Park at the Civic Center there. And had a cup of coffee, walk around like this area, and we got into the theater, and a few people showed up with some kind of snacks, talked to everybody. And we got into the theater, we waited and waited and waited, and nobody showed up. The performers did not show up. Imagine that. The show must go on, so they announced that they're gonna invite the audience to come up and tell their own stories about their families and what have you. So I went and I told a story about my experience with the first party when I came here long time ago. And I was working in a manufacturer there in Selwest Park, I think plastic plants or McCormick of some sort. And I hear people were saying we're having a party this Saturday, and I have no idea what they were talking about. What would ritual of going to a party in America? English wasn't that good. Cultural affinity and competence was not that good. So I was exploring my honeymoon cultural competency index. First phase, I went to the party without knowing what to expect, without actually know where to bring. And, I don't drink that much, and this is all new to me. So I went to the party, and I looked around. A lot of people were there. Everybody seemed to know what to do, what to say, and everybody's happy, chatting and talking, and food and drinks, and everybody have, six-pack beer. And so I had none of that. So I felt out of place. So I stood by the food, the buffet, whatever table they have there. When food doesn't judge you, it's a very peaceful, democratic thing. You eat, you don't eat, whatever. It doesn't strike a conversation. You don't need a lot of language or vocabulary to have a relationship with food. So I stood there eating, munching on here and there, but I found out something very strange. People start staring at me. Didn't understand why. I didn't do anything. And that was way, way before 9/11. It was in the 80s. So I said, what could have been? I asked a friend, why these people are staring at me? She told me, I have no idea. Didn't feel it, didn't see it, but let me find out, let me see. She went away, and 15, 20 minutes later, she came back, and I say, I got it. Now I know why people are staring at you. So why? How? What? And she said, you are double dipping. This is the first time I heard that phrase, double dipping. Didn't understand the concept of double dipping. I grew up with 7 brothers. Double dipping will be very polite. We ate from one dish. Double and triple and quadruple dipping, it was not an issue then. So I thought, what have I done? I violated a ritual of a party of eating, snacks and, vegetable with dressing, and everybody knows exactly what to do. But I violated that ritual. And my dad always told me, delay your first reaction. So I did. wasn't angry. It was very reflective moment to understand some of the ritual and the culture of a new place. And as the evening went in and got old, the light was dimmed, and people started dancing, and people started sitting, and all of a sudden, people, this is the 80s, people start smoking joints, and they were sitting, they were passing the joint to each other. Very comfortably, was no issue there, everybody happy, tucking the joint and laughing and sticking from mouth to mouth. And it dawned on me why this is not double dipping. Why sticking a cucumber or a lettuce in a dressing a couple of times is double dipping, but sticking a cigarettes or a joint going through in mouth to mouth is not double dipping. So it kind of strike me that this is a new culture, this is a new place, and everything has a different ritual, and each culture has each references, and each acceptance, and each limitation and judgment has a culture buttons, and I accepted, and that was an eye-opening moment for me, that you dig into the culture, understand it, and appreciate it, and realize there is no such thing as a superior culture or a better culture. Culture is culture. Enjoy it, experience it, and move on. That was my story. At the end of the evening, there were 3 judges there looking at the stories, and there was 2 prizes. First one by the winner by the judges has a prize, and the second one, the winner by the audience ballots. So, my story gladly won the first prize from the judges. So, I would like to thank the Academy and thank Allah. A lot of people would like to thank, but I don't have time for that. But thank you. God bless you all. We'll see you next week. Assalamu alaikum.